Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. As ever, you can find me over on Instagram at the House of Langford and at Overall Sews. I'm also on Ravelry at madxstitcher, and this is my monthly podcast with all things crafty, which for October seems to be a lot of crochet. So yeah, that's everywhere you can find me. There's also a Ko-fi account linked to this podcast. There's also a Facebook page and a Facebook group, but I am most active over Instagram. So yeah, hi and welcome to the madness. I live in Farwick with my husband Ralph and my son Joey. I am a secondary school teacher teaching textiles, and I'm currently on half term. Today is the last day of half term. Today is Halloween, which means that I am wearing a sugar skull jumper because why not? And I've tried to decorate it up a little bit, so it's a bit different this month. What were my plans for October? So getting the big notebook out. I wanted to cast on the flax for the Great Winter Cast On. Haven't done that. That is an Aran jumper by Tin Can Knits. I wanted to finish my biscornu for the biscornu along. I have done that. That is the first thing I'm going to talk to you about today. I wanted to finish the strawberry lemonade shawl. I can't remember how far I got with it last month. I think I've worked on it this month. Can't remember. I had to get new needles so that I could put it on the right length of needle, and I think I may have mentioned that I recast it on last month, but can't remember. So that is by the Midnight Diary. I wanted to work on a test crochet for Sophie of a Spring Snowflake, and the test knit for Cat Crafty Knits, which is the garter squish. So I have started both of those two test pieces. The crochet piece is almost finished. I thought I was going to have it finished for this weekend, but I need a little bit of info on the last two rounds before I finish it. So yeah, that's pretty much done. So let's get straight to it, shall we? The first thing is the biscornu. Now, if you are joining the biscornu along, please make sure to use the hashtag over on Instagram, and I will try and do like a little reel of images from Instagram each month. There are some, just to see what everyone's getting up to. So I showed you before that I had the big red one. I've now made the little blue one. So exactly the same pattern, except one is on a much smaller count of Aida. This pattern is by the Urban Stitcher over on Instagram and Etsy, and you get it's the large snowflakes pattern, so there are 4 squares, each with a different style snowflake pattern in them. I've just basically used 2 and stitched them together to make a biscornu because that's what I wanted to do. This is going to be a gift, so I won't say who it's for, but I'm really pleased with it. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be though. Yeah, so if you are joining us, please do use the hashtag, and I look forward to seeing your makes. Okay, next up are a couple of bits that I have been working on throughout October. I went to the Knitting and Stitching show, which will be a vlog all on its own. I have so much footage from the show. I was there all day and spent a good 4 or 5 hours just sitting in the Stylecraft crochet knitting lounge, which was really, really nice and chilling, and relaxing. So yeah, everything from that will be in its own video, but I did make a start on a couple of bits whilst I was there. Now, Stylecraft had no actual stall as such to sell yarn and patterns, but they did have some yarn to try, which was new. So I tried the You Heart Me, which is acrylic with a premium acrylic with 20% cashmere effect polyamide, and it is really, really soft for an acrylic yarn, so that's really nice. and I made all the pieces to make up a amigurumi koi carp fish. I had picked up a couple of magazines whilst I was there and wanted to work on something whilst I was sat in the lounge. So this little supplement came with a magazine that I picked up, and there is a koi fish pattern in here which looks like this. And having used a different yarn, this is what my one looks like. I think it's really cute. I liked working with the yarn. It's super soft, slides over the hook really nicely. I reckon it would be exactly the same for knitting with as well. I quite like the striping. Now the ball I have is, I think, only 10 grams, 25 grams. So I've got plenty there to make at least another one. But yeah. Now I just need to know what to do with it. It's meant to be a key ring. I think he's a bit big to be a key ring. But to be honest, I just enjoyed working on him and trying the yarn out. So yeah, my little koi cup. Next up, we have crocheted pumpkins. I may have got a bit carried away. Basically, I bought 5 balls of yarn from my local yarn shop, the Little Yarn Hut, which is All Tangled Up on Facebook. The Little Yarn Hut on Instagram and All Tangled Up on Facebook. And I bought 5 of the King Cole Big Value DK, which are 50 grams, in 5 different colours. So I had brick, mustard, sand, orange, and koala. And I have made a grand total of 9 pumpkins. So not all with the same yarn though. One of them is slightly different, which I'll explain in a second. But I made a giant one in the sand and then had enough left over to make a smaller one. I've got a giant one in the orange and a little one in the orange. I actually made 3 out of the orange. I made 2 little ones and a large one. I've got a couple of mustard ones. So yeah, these are quite chunky. So that's just 4. I also, someone asked me to make them some. So I also have another 4. I'm not sure I can hold them all. Shall we see? I think it's safe to say I got a bit carried away with pumpkins. Yeah, so I have 9 in total. 8 from just those. Ooh, dropped one. Just yes, 8 from just those 5 colours. So I have the large brick. I've got a large sand. I've got a large orange. I've got 2 little oranges. 2 mustard and another little sand one. All from those yarns. The other one I've got is using a different yarn from Stylecraft, which I started at the Knit and Stitching show because I only took enough. I think I only took 1 ball with me. I made this one whilst I was there. I might have made the bigger one. I think this is called Charm. It's got like a mohair element to it and it's 4 ply, so I held it double, and instead of doing just double crochet I did half trebles with this one. But yeah, I really enjoyed working on these and I just love them. I wanted to make a wreath with them, but I think they're a bit big. So they're just going to be their own little display, I guess. I have one sort of wicker wreath that's wicker wreath, which is sprayed gold, but this fits exactly in the middle of it. So the wreath is not exactly very big. Yeah, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with them, but I enjoyed working on them. Yeah, the tutorial is a free tutorial over on YouTube by Bella Coco Crochet. It's just chain you chain your first start and then you go into the back loop of every round or every row and then stitch it all up and make it into a pumpkin. What I did do though, I added the extra, so I made the stem in the koala and then I took a really long length of the koala yarn and wrapped it and pulled it so it creates the segments, which I really like because it makes them nice and puffy and gives them a bit more shape. But that's the only thing I did different. I used a 3.75mm hook, which is this one I got from Crochet Society, just because that's the one I had out at the time and it meant I didn't have to root around for something else. Can't actually remember what size hook you're supposed to use, but I'm happy with the size I got. So yeah, 9 pumpkins for October. Now, because I wanted to make them into a wreath, I also picked out my crocheted wreaths for the home book from Anna Nikipirowicz, and I made some leaves. Now I've made 6 in total using the leftovers that I had, because I've still got some yarn left over. So I've got an oak leaf, I think that's the horse chestnut leaf, and then I've got the 2 different sizes of oak leaf. Now I wasn't very well the other day and I kept getting these wrong and frustrated, but they are really quick and easy to work up, and I wanted to kind of like bunch them together in sets of 3. So I've got those 3, and then I did different colours for these ones. So I have koala orange and mustard for these 3. So I have 6. Yeah, at some point I will make them all up into a wreath. I just don't know when that will be. I might have to make some more leaves first though. I've still got the koala left, and I've still got the mustard and the brick. So if I don't make another pumpkin from each, I've got yarn I can use to make more leaves. So we'll see. You never know, you might end up seeing a pumpkin wreath next month on top of all the other pumpkins. So yeah, I've really enjoyed making them. They've been really nice to do for my mental health this week and the last 2 weeks prior to half term, because I just haven't been coping very well, and they're super simple to make. We didn't have to think about it. It's just straight rows, and they made me happy. So I made lots of pumpkins. Next up then, because apparently I was all pumpkined out at one point, I decided to make a gingerbread man. Now at the Knit and Stitching Show I picked up the latest issue of Simply Crochet, which had this really cute gingerbread man in it. So let's find the bigger picture for you. Now he's meant to use a cotton DK, but I didn't want to go rooting through my stash, so I picked up a ball of gingerbread from my local yarn shop by Stylecraft. It is actually called gingerbread. And I made myself a gingerbread man, and I started him Saturday night. I made both his arms and both his feet, and then went to bed. I think after I joined both his feet together I went to bed. And then technology was not on my side Sunday morning, so I continued to make my gingerbread man, and then I now have a gingerbread man. Now he's meant to be using a 2.25 hook, so he's supposed to be 20 centimeters tall, and I think you can tell he's a bit bigger. He is around 30 centimeters. I used a 4mm hook because that is generally what I use for DK yarn, and that's what I had out, and I didn't want to go looking for a 2.25. I may well have done so at some point, because I looked at it and thought, no, that's far too thin for me to focus on right now. I need easy. So I used the 4mm hook, and this is the result. Now, the main part of his body is gingerbread in Stylecraft Special DK. The frosting, you add a row in as you're crocheting of white. So I used just plain white from Stylecraft Special DK, and then I've added on a chain of frosting using Knitting Essentials Sparkle from Poundland, just to add a little bit of interest, a little bit more interest to it. So all the frosting, the eyebrows and the mouth are the same. The bow tie is made from King Cole Glitz in the Christmas colourway, and his gumdrop buttons are cherry in the Glitz King Cole colourway, and I rather like him, so much so that I've started another one, but that would take me into whips. So let's finish off my FOs, shall we? I really like him. He's like a huggable size, so I'm really pleased with him. I haven't overstuffed him either, so he's actually quite squidgy, and I rather like that. So yeah, meet Gingy. Okay, so I may have shown you this last month. I don't know if I'd started it yet, because I really can't remember much of September, to be honest. I've been working on a filet heart crochet blanket, which is from the Crochet Society box. I think it's box 26, and it uses Kaleidoscope DK by Signet. Let's see if I can get this the right way round. I think it's this way. And it's like a very pale rainbow, but not quite a rainbow. It's a baby blanket size. I've never done filet crochet before, so I thought I'd give this a go. It looked really simple. It was really simple to do, really easy. No issues with the pattern whatsoever. The only downside was that I ran out of yarn. There was 2 balls in the box, and I had 2 rows left to go and ran out. So someone from the members group kindly offered to send me their yarn because they weren't using it, as a random act of kindness, and that has helped me to finish it. And I've added a border as well, just a very simple border all the way around. I think I did half trebles. Nope, I think I did a double crochet round and then a half treble round just to finish it off around the edge. It still needs a bit of blocking, but the size isn't too bad and the shape isn't too bad, so I'm not overly worried. And the baby I've made this for is due imminently, so yeah, I need to block it really, don't I? It's probably something I should have done over half term, but alas, I haven't. Anyway, so yes, that is another blanket, and is another blanket that goes into the Sophie's Blanket FAL, the blanket FAL for this year. This is blanket number 7. I think I've been a bit blanket obsessed this year, but oh well. That's another one to add to the list, I guess. Now, the last few things I have to share with you have been made in the last 2 days. Is it 2 days? Yeah, 2 days. I wasn't very well on Friday. It's the first time I've been really sick in a long time, like years. So I decided to just basically sit on the sofa and let the sofa swallow me and crochet all day, and that's what I did. So I have joined in an exchange on Facebook, which is like a Happy Mail exchange. I think I've mentioned these before, and the partner I'm sending to likes gnomes or gonks, so I posted on Instagram just asking for help in finding the pattern, and I was led to this one. It is by Venera Aya. I pulled this off of Ravelry. He is a Santa gnome according to the pattern, but I think he looks more like a gonk. I have used the lipstick red Stylecraft DK that I had left over from working on the Charizard blanket last month, and again the black as well. I have used the Knitting Essentials DK in Sparkle for his beard and all of the white, and made a different style pom-pom for his hat. So I've made like a pom-pom you just wrap around your fingers, instead of making a crocheted pom-pom, just because I wanted it a bit fluffy. And I then got, what did I do? So the nose is actually the new Deramore's yarn, which is their studio special DK, and that is called Parchment for his nose. I think his beard has got quite thin after I brushed it out, so I might have to add in some more yarn to it, but we will see. I'll try and like stitch some in somewhere. And what I've done is just added 2021 to the bottom, just so that they remember what year it's from. But yeah, I'm really pleased with him. He literally took me, I think I had everything done except for the embroidery, the pom-pom and his nose by Friday night. So around 10 o'clock ish, I had everything but those bits done. And then Saturday morning, I just sat down and finished him up. And I really like him, yeah. I really hope he's well received as well. He's a really nice, easy pattern to do as well. Again, I've made him bigger than he should be. Again, I've used the 4mm hook instead of the recommended hook size, which is a 2.5. But I don't mind. Yeah, so I'm trying to use up the yarn that I've already got for the majority of these projects anyway. And I thought he was just quite a nice little gnome to send off. So he will be going off into a package with a couple more bits that I've got. It is a handmade parcel, so I wanted to make sure that there was something definitely handmade by me in there, and I'm really hoping she likes it. Now the last two things I made are Christmas decorations. It seems odd making Christmas decorations in October, but I'm trying to be prepared, even though I don't actually decorate for Christmas. I'm hoping these are going to become little tutorials for you guys, because I've been asked to do a little crochet workshop and wanted to try and find some Christmas stuff that was quick and easy to do. Yeah, so I sat down yesterday and tried to work up a Christmas present. Now all I've done is use 6 granny squares to make a cube, and then I've made like a ribbon to go on it. So, but he's not quite square. As soon as you stuff things, they seem to go a bit round. So I feel like maybe he needs an actual like card insert to keep the shape. But I'm pleased with it. I don't know if it would be like a hanging decoration or just like a sitting decoration, but it took a little bit longer than I thought to work up as well. So actually it's not suitable for a workshop, but I will make up a tutorial for you guys on and showing you how to do it. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. And again, you could change all the colours in these to suit your own decor as well and your Christmas theme. So I made this one up, and then because I realised that it was going to be too long to do for a workshop, I worked up a smaller version, and this is more of a decoration. And this just uses two granny squares. I was tempted to put another strand across the middle, but actually like this it's the same. So yeah, I'm really hoping that we can run this little workshop and make some Christmas decorations. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I seem to have gone a bit pumpkin crazy and Christmas crazy, and it's only October. Right, so time for works in progress then. I have 3 works in progress. I'm not sure I can show you the majority of one of them because it is a test crochet, but I will try and show you the yarn that I'm working with. So I have been working on the Bulbul's cowl, which is a design by Sophie of A Spring Snowflake, and it is meant to use 12 mini skeins. This is for I think it's for the Giddy Yarns 12 Days of Christmas Advent, and I have been working it up using a cream 4-ply by Stylecraft as just a plain base colour, and then I have 5 sparkly Care Bear colourways, and that is all that is left from my my set. So I had 100 grams. These are by Siobhan's Crafts. They are all sock weight, and they are 400 meters in total. So they're 80% superwash merino, 15% nylon, 5% sparkle, and they're based on Care Bears. Yeah, so that is everything I have left over of the 5 colourways, and I'm now just on the last 2 rounds trying to finish the end off. But I want to show you. They really are sparkly. I'm not going to show you anything else because I don't know if I'm allowed to. But there we go. So that is living in my Midnight Diary patch bag. Yeah, not much else to say on that. I have been working with I think I've been working with a 3mm hook. Yes, a 3mm hook. I've been using my tulip hook for that, to try and get tension, because apparently I crochet loose. I thought I was more of an average tension, but here we go. So yeah, there's that first one. That is crochet. The other 2 are knitting. So I have the Strawberry Lemonade shawl, which is in my Animal Crossing Bells bag that I made back in the summer, I think it was. So let's get this open. I am using the Truly Hooked Roxanne colourway, which is in reds, deep red. There's a very light pink in there and some speckles of black. And this is called the Strawberry Lemonade shawl. So I thought that the blacks would help to mimic the look of a strawberry. And I am now this far. So I have done the first section of lace and the first garter row. I've done the second section of lace and the second garter row. So now I'm at a point again where I need to actually concentrate. And now that I have worked out how to do my yarn overs properly and all the other stitches I need to do, it's actually looking like it's supposed to, which is nice. Yeah, but it's a lovely pattern. And after a while it does get intuitive when you are working on, even when I'm working on the lace rows, you kind of do a repeat and then you think, oh well, I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. So, and that's what creates these like little strawberries popping in to the middle. So I've got a long way to go, but it is growing, which is nice. And that is a pattern by Gemma of the Midnight Diary. It was in her summer cozy box, which I think was June or July, I think. Yeah, so hopefully for next month I will try and get that finished, because I've done so much crochet. Time to do something different. That has also been worked up in a 4-ply yarn. So the Truly Hooked is a 4-ply yarn. The next one I have to show you is my garter squish, which is by Crafty Knits. I am using Stylecraft Chunky, Special Stylecraft Chunky, and I am using grey because I have about 10 balls of it. And I am using this really hot pink, what's the colour called? Pomegranate. This one. For the neck, cuffs and hem. So that I'm accenting in the pink. and I picked up new needles at the knitting and stitching show. So this has been recast on, but I'm still not really any further than I was last time. The first time that I did it. And it seems to be all twisted now. There we go. I don't have a Mobius loop or anything, it's just that my needles were all hooked in the wrong way. So it's now on one needle as opposed to two, and what I did differently this time was my rib is not joined in the round because I got really confused with it. So I decided not to do that. And I can stitch that up and there'll be less of a gap than there was before. So I'm still doing the back neck shaping. I've still got like all of this to get to before I can just keep doing knit and purl rows. And what's kind of frustrating is even though I have added an extra row because I wanted that side to be the right side, I still think that side is going to be the right side, which is kind of frustrating. Because I don't like the harsh line between the pink and the grey, but I don't want to have to put a big hole there. I don't want to have to unravel it all and try again for a third time. So my brain cannot work out how to get it to the right side. But there we go. What I probably should have done is done one whole round of the grey before going into the actual short rows. But there we go. So it does kind of fit over my head. Once it gets bigger, obviously, and I've got the yoke done, I'm hoping that will get a bit bigger, a bit easier to work with. The needles I'm using are Knit Pro. They are 8mm and they've got these stripes on them, which is meant to help me count my stitches and see my stitches better. So I picked those up at the Knitting and Stitching show as well, just to help me out a bit more, because this is my first sweater. Probably not the best idea to do a test knit as your first sweater, but I think it would be a good idea to see how beginner would work with the pattern. So I'm going to persevere. I've got a long way to go, and I think the pattern is due for completion by the end of November. So I may only spend November working on this, but we'll see. Anyway, I need some easy stuff to do though in between. So yeah, that is living in my hand printed sack bag, which is enormous, because there's going to be a lot of yarn for this. So I figured a big sack bag would be ideal. I have one more whip, and that is my next gingerbread man. I am now working him up in the 2.25 just to see how much denser the fabric gets and what size he's supposed to be. So I currently have 2 arms, which I worked on this morning during coffee morning, and I just need to now make up his feet and get attaching it all together. So that won't be happening today though. So yeah, I now have 2 arms ready for another gingerbread man, and this time I've used the Sparkle Essentials to actually crochet in the rounds for his frosting, and for his icing, and I'm not going to add the chain that I added to the bigger one, just because I think it'd be really fiddly on this size. So he is considerably smaller than the other one. Okie dokie then, last section is acquisitions, and there's a few, but I've already talked about most of them. So I've picked up a lot of yarn from the my local yarn shop. I got the 5 skeins for the King Cole to do all the pumpkins, and I picked up the gingerbread to do my gingerbread man. The other day I picked up a Stylecraft Cabaret, because I want to make a dice bag for D&D dice. This is the Purple Haze colourway, and I've made dragon scale mitts with these before, so I'm really looking forward to working this up into a little bag. What else is there? I bought several balls of a Christmas colourway by King Cole in Super Chunky, again from the yarn shop. Now this is the Snowman colourway, and I couldn't decide between the white and the grey. So white, I think, was, oh, what was the white called? Candy Cane, I think the white one was called. And this one has like a grey base. So there's a white base, a grey base, red base, and a green base. And I felt that actually, if I didn't make this up for Christmas, it would still look okay on a normal day-to-day because it's grey, just with the striping in the other 3 colours. So hopefully that will work up really nicely. And in order to do that, I bought a pattern. I've actually bought 2 patterns, but I want to show you one first, which is the jumper and a cardigan pattern. So I think I'm going to end up making the jumper. Yeah, in this one. So I've got all the yarn I need for it, but my 8mm needles are on my garter squish, so I can't start till that's finished. So we'll see if I actually end up making 2 jumpers this year instead of just the one. You never know. But yeah, so that is what that's for. The other pattern I picked up is another King Cole pattern. It is for a vest. There are 2 sizes, so 2 shapes. One has the V-neck and one has a scoop neck. And this is meant to use the, oh, what's it called? Fjord DK. The Fjord DKs, because they automatically patternate throughout. But I picked these up because I spotted a vest jumper like this in black and white that was like a zebra print, but it was attached to a shirt, and I didn't want to buy it just to cut the shirt away. So I want to make the vest just on its own. So I've got this purely for shape only, and obviously pattern, but I'm going to have to try and work out how to do a zebra print. So that will be fun. But yeah, so I have plans for both of these. The last ones, I mentioned that I got 2 balls of Kaleidoscope to finish off the blanket from someone on Facebook. So I have those. I also, this is where all the pumpkins are going to fall down now. I also got this month's monthly mini skein club in the ombre because I forgot to change over the manage my thing basically and change it to the randoms, but I think I'm going to leave it for 1 more month so that I've got a set, so I end up with 10 as an ombre that all flow together, and hopefully I'll be able to use those in something on their own. So those are kind of like green, sort of heading into more oceany blue colours, so that's going to be really nice. So yeah, 1 month of that, and then I will change it. I will change it. I will remember to change it. I have the Perf Collab Club yarn, which I haven't opened yet. It's still in the packet. So let's get this open. So this month's Collab Club was from Yarn Unique. It's wrapped up in a really nice purple. Let's see if we can get it open. Oh, it's so pretty. I got 1 of each again because I couldn't resist it. It is all the speckles, all the colours. How could I not? Look at all of those colours in there. So that is the DK. So it's called A Hint of Samhain, which is merino DK, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. which is 225 meters per 100 grams. So that's the DK. I also got the sock weight yarn, which looks identical in colour, which is just amazing. So this again is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon, but is 425 meters per 100 grams. And just because I seem to have a love of mohair at the moment and keep buying mohair, this one is not mohair though. This one is Syria alpaca and mulberry silk, and it is fluffy, so fluffy. That is going to look amazing if I just team it with a white or cream type yarn, just to keep it all together. Just give a little hint of the fluff and the colour, which is going to be fabulous. So those three. And every month you get a patch as well, from which is designed by Eris Apple, over on Instagram, and this time it is a little ball of yarn for Yarn Unique, because that is what is on her logo. Same little ball of yarn. So yeah, I still need to do a reel of the last two. So I need to do Gemma's from September, or was that August? That was August. I need to do the August one. This is the September one, because they arrive the next month. Yeah, so I've now got 2 reels to finish. I haven't done them because I've been so busy with work, but love it. So the very last thing that I've got this month, or that has arrived this month anyway, is the cozy box from Gemma. So this is the autumn box, and I absolutely love the yarn. It just sums up autumn to me in a skein of yarn. It's incredible. So each quarter she's designing a brand new colourway, or 3 brand new colourways, because you get to choose the story, whether it's Earth, Floribunda or Sky. This one is Earth, and it has every single autumnal tone you could imagine in this one skein. I mean, I love it. Absolutely love it. It is Aran yarn, and it is merino cashmere nylon. So each box comes with a stitch marker. It comes with a tee. It comes with a print by Lisa Green Designs, and every single one, well, not every single one, Gemma also designs and makes a coaster for each one, which she uses a pyrography tool to burn into a little wood slice, and it is totally autumnal vibes. Totally. I just love this box so much, and the tea smells amazing. This box smells amazing. It is autumn in a box effectively, and I love it. So yeah, if you're able to get your hands on these, definitely do so, because they are just so lovely. It is like a hug in a box effectively, and that's just a perfect autumnal box. No idea what I'm going to make with the yarn. You do get 2 patterns in each box, which I sent to you digitally so that we're not wasting paper, and 1 knitting pattern, 1 crochet pattern. I do like both patterns. I just think my headspace is not right there at the moment, so it will sit for a little while before I decide to do anything with it. But I love everything about this box. So a huge thank you to Gemma for bringing us the cozy boxes, because they are very cozy and they do put a smile on my face every time they come through the door as well. That is it. I know, I thought there was loads to get through, but I seem to have gone pam pow pow and got through everything. 2 months till Christmas. Not an awful lot going on here, but apparently I've got lots of knitting to do. So my plans for November are to finish the test knit garter squish, because it is a test knit, and as I said earlier, I think it's due to end the end of November, so I kind of need to do that. I want to finish the strawberry lemonade shawl because I'm kind of getting into the swing of it now and enjoying it. So it'd be a real shame if I stopped and didn't pick it up again. The baubles cowl will be finished because I've got 2 rows to do. Again, I'm just waiting on feedback as to how to complete the last 2 rows. And I've got a gingerbread man to do. So a crochet gingerbread man. He doesn't take me long. He took less than 24 hours, the big one. So I'm not expecting him to take much longer than that really, even though he is smaller. And then I want to design some more Christmas ornaments. So I've already shown you 2. I have a few more on my mind that I want to have a go at. So we'll see how we get on with those. And hopefully they will come to you at some point as well. So not really much else to say here. I've joined in the Whips Be Gone 2021 and the Great Winter Cast On, which is why I have so many things going on at the moment. I believe I've now finished 3 items from my Whips Be Gone 2021. One was the Charizard blanket, one was the Filet Heart blanket, and one was the biscornu. So I have 3 out of I think 8 projects that I was working on. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed spending some time with me today, and let me know what your favourite project is from this month, because I think I definitely have a favourite. It's got to be Gingy. Oh well. Yeah, so I'm going to get the gonk sent off as well this week, hopefully too. So I look forward to seeing you all again next month, and remember to join in the biscornu along. So we are running that until the end of the year, so you've got plenty of time to join in, and I look forward to seeing all your makes. So hopefully Christmas shopping doesn't get too crazy. I think I've kind of given up on Christmas this year. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all again very soon. Take care. Bye.